We are already halfway through 2026 and prices are higher than ever. Winter and the cold weather's coming, and we really need to get serious about our finances so that we can end our year with a positive and rewarding finish. If you follow these tips, I guarantee that you will save hundreds of dollars by December. Welcome, dear friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband's Paul. We're so happy you have joined us today. We haven't had a really good money talk in a while. And being that we're past actually even the halfway mark of 2026, we think it's time to really get serious. We hope you enjoy this. Get out a pencil, paper, take some notes, and let's get right to this video. Because if we want to get realistic with our goals and realistic about saving some good money, even though inflation is up and prices are high, we need to get serious. We need to be a little tougher on ourselves, and Paul and I included. Summertime seems like the time of year where you just kind of spend. There's so much to do. You're able to get around easier. The weather's beautiful, fairs and festivals. So a little tough love goes a long way. Number one, a while back, maybe a month or so ago, a comment came in saying exactly these words. I bet you save money with your outdated hair and your outdated clothes. And I was like, you got that right. Instead of being offended, which I'm sure that person wanted Paul and I to be, I took it as you're absolutely right. And number one of our 8 tips is stop letting others dictate how you spend your money. Now, this person was obviously trying to get under our skin. Not sure why, just being mean. But we looked at it as, you're absolutely right. We don't rush out and buy the newest of everything. Clothes. I have curly hair. What am I going to do with it? No one is going to tell us how to spend our money, even through criticism or negative comments. And you need to be the exact same way. Just don't listen to people. Everybody saves money in different ways. But the number one thing you need to remember is don't let others dictate how you should dress, how you should wear your hair, what you should spend your money on, what kind of vacations or car to drive. It's all irrelevant. You need to be true to you. That will save you so much money in the long run. Number 2, you need to really discard the myth of what people call retail therapy. People will say, I need to shop because I'm sad, I'm hungry, I'm bored, I have nothing else to do, it makes me feel better, I have to have this, I need to reward myself. You know what these are? They're excuses. They're excuses to spend money on things that we really don't need. And at one time or another, we all have done this, myself, Paul included. Well, I had a hard week. I don't feel like cooking tonight. Let's go out to eat. I have just been so stressed with everything going on. I need to buy myself a new top. It'll make me feel so much better. And yes, temporarily it will. But find another way to feel good about yourself other than spending money. Find something you are passionate about, you enjoy doing, that costs nothing. It could be reading, journaling, hiking, cooking a delicious meal, whatever it is that is your perfect fit. Instead of using those excuses, we're going to say, you know what? I am feeling a little down right now. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to go sit outside for a few minutes and just listen to nature, listen to the birds, maybe read a couple pages, make myself a cup of tea, and I guarantee I will feel better. And it hasn't cost me anything. So we need to debunk this whole lie of retail therapy really works to make you feel better. No, it doesn't, because it costs you money and then you don't feel well. So number 3, stop buying junk and realize the majority of non-essential purchases are indeed junk. Junk food that you spend money on is junk. Poorly made items that your head wants just because, oh, I think it's pretty and I need it right now, probably is junk. Anything that is a non-essential purchase, you need to look at and say, is this a good quality item that I really am going to use, which would then kind of turn it into an essential buy? Or is this just something that's going to clutter my home, make me feel good for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to give it away in a month? You need to stop buying things you don't need, you don't want, and that are not good for you. Junky purchases. Number 4 is realize what is important to you when you make a purchase, and then be true to who you are. Learn to be accountable for what you're spending. I have talked to you about tracking your spending, I think since the second video we made 5 years ago. We started on that path. When you track your spending and write down every purchase you make for a month, your eyes will be wide open. And I know this is an old tip, but honestly, you want to save some serious money by December? Do a no spend, non-essential month. Pick a month and have no spending other than your essential purchases. And track your spending the month before so you can see where these gaps and holes are that you're literally leaking money through. Once you do that, that money that was leaking now can be put away. It can go into your savings for whatever your goal is. Figure out what's truly important to you and then align your spending with the truths of who you are and what you believe. Number 5, conserve and cut back in all areas. Streaming services, how many of them do you have? Subscriptions to whatever it may be, DoorDash, Walmart delivery, I don't know. Relook at them and say, do I use these? Is this something that I really need? And I'm going to throw another one at you, YouTube subscriptions, because so much information is free on YouTube. Why are you paying subscriptions for this information when you can just look elsewhere on YouTube and find it completely free? And you're saying, it's not a lot of money. All these things add up. So if you start cutting back and conserving in all areas, that money is going to build up. Think about how much you drive unnecessarily. Can you cut that back? Can you streamline all your trips into one? How about expensive prepared meal plans that come to your home? Do you have those? Would it be possible to start cooking from scratch and get rid of those meal plans? Look at all the little extras you have in your life and start bringing them in. Your electricity use. Now, I know that most of this country is still in a heat wave, and I'm not telling you turn off your air conditioners and just use fans. That's not what I'm saying. You never put yourself in jeopardy, and you never do anything that is unsafe. But what I'm talking about is When you're home at night, is every light on in your house, even though you're not in those rooms? Do you leave the room with the TV still going? There are so many different areas we can cut back and conserve on. And you just need to be cognizant of these areas and then start trimming. You will reap the benefits financially by the end of the year. Number 6, learn to tell yourself no. I know that's a word we don't like to use with others, and we don't like to use it with ourselves. The word no is pretty final. No. But think about it. When our children were growing up, you would tell your children no. It was usually because it was something that would harm them or that wasn't good for them. Think about yourself growing up. When mom said no, you can't eat a half a gallon of ice cream before dinner. And no, you can't go outside and play in the snow without gloves and a hat and boots. It is a protective word sometimes. Sometimes it's protecting ourselves, and sometimes we use the word no to protect others. No, I do not need that. No, I really can't afford that. No, I'm not going to buy that because I'm saving my money. And by the end of the year, I want to have several $100s to end 2026, or hopefully even $1,000 extra. And by telling yourself no sometimes, it really works. And again, tough love. Sometimes we have to tell other people no. No, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that financially right now. Or no, I can't go to dinner right now. I'm saving money. No, I don't want to join in on a breakfast every morning at work where I treat you and you treat me and I can't afford that right now. I'm saving my money for something important. It is okay to say no. Again, tough love. And you're using it with yourself as well. Nope, I'm not going to buy that. Learn to say no and let your no be a no. Don't let it be a no with a wavering maybe or a halted yes. No is no. Number 7, and I've shared this in the past, and this is the number 1 way that Paul and I live. If I were to tell you the one tip that has kept Paul and I frugal for the last, I don't know how many years, practically our whole lives, this would be it. Live like you have no money, even if you do. Tell yourself, I can't afford that. I can't afford that $20 dinner. I can't afford that $100 a year streaming service on my TV. I can't afford it, even if you can. After a while, you're going to start believing you can't. And not in a negative way, but in a way, wow, look at my bank account because I keep thinking I can't afford something, when in reality, we can. And you want to talk about a great way to build up any kind of savings, emergency funds. If nothing else, take this one tip and apply it. It's actually just literally living below your means. Even though you may have more than enough money, do you really want to use that money for this particular item, situation, scenario? No, because I really don't have that. It's already gone. It's already put in the bank and it's staying there. Number 8, you want to save money on food. You know what I always say, shop your loss leaders, shop seasonally, don't waste food, etc., etc. I've got hundreds of videos on that. But another way you can really save money on food, and I do this at least once a week, is go to your refrigerator, your freezer, your closet, your pantry, and make 5 meals out of what you already have in the home, not adding any extra ingredients. We're talking eggs and rice and pasta and canned tomatoes and tuna, frozen veggies, frozen meat, some ground beef, chicken, whatever it is you have in the home. Create 5 simple, nutritious meals from that. Jot it down. Okay, I see I have pasta sauce, I have pasta, I have some frozen Italian bread in the freezer, I can make garlic bread, and I have some carrots and celery. I can cut those up and I'll make a quick sour cream dip with everything but the bagel seasoning in it. We're good to go. 1 meal down. And then when you go shopping at the end of the week, you stock up on those loss leaders, seasonal produce. Don't let what you want to eat dictate how you shop. Shop seasonally for the foods you love, because everybody loves some kind of food that's usually on sale and that is in season. I'm not telling you to deplete your supply, so don't think I'm saying that. You're constantly adding. But you also are not running to the store to pick up bits and pieces and items that are not on sale to create a meal. We hope these 8 tips were encouraging. I guarantee you, if you apply these, you will have saved money by December. And the amount of money is really going to be up to you. Is it going to be hundreds or is it going to be 1,000? Because we cannot let inflation dictate how we are spending our money. We need to just cut back. We need to say no. We need to be diligent and we need to be serious. Today's question of the day: what is something that you think you personally can do, no matter what it would be, to save yourself some extra money come December? And what is your goal? Do you have a goal of how much you want to save? But we need to start getting serious. We're halfway through the year, and Paul and I included, we've gotten a little sloppy. So it's time to get down to basics and live a frugal, intentional life once again. So we thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you taking the time. Could you take a minute, give this video a big thumbs up? Make sure you're subscribed and that little notification bell is on all, so whenever we make a video, you will be alerted. Thank you so much again for all your love and support. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you.